Dear students, we are going to discuss your chapter that is excretory system. As you know that excretory system is a part of our body that is responsible for removal of excretory waste outside body. These waste are toxic and harmful for our body. That's why we need to remove it. There are various types of various parts that are responsible for removal of waste product outside body. Our skin is also act as excretory system, and our respiratory system is also responsible for it, but mainly in human being there are two kidneys that are responsible for excretion. Now we will, before doing discussion about the human excretory system, we should know definition of excretion. What is definition of it? The process of removal of excretory waste outside body that are toxic or harmful to our body is called excretory waste. Excretory waste. Now as we know that there are different parts that are responsible for responsible for removal of toxic waste: skin, lungs, nail and hair, gut. These are different parts that are responsible for removal of toxic waste outside our body. Now we should understand the main excretory organ of our body. There is given that there are two kidneys that are located in the thoracic region of our body. Thoracic region of our body that is responsible for filtering of nitrogenous waste, like mainly urea. There are one artery. This portion is renal artery that brings oxygenated blood, and second one is renal vein that brings back deoxygenated blood out from kidney. Now we will, and here is two kidney located in our abdominal cavity towards the on either side of our vertebral column or vertebral column. These are two ureters originating from the two kidneys that brings the urine form into the urinary bladder, and in urine is stored in the urinary bladder for few times, and few times after this it is excreted outside body. We will discuss in detail. It is also represented again here. This is filter the blood and remove the waste product. This is the function of our kidney mainly. Okay, now we discuss about more parts of our kidney. This is the internal structure of our kidney. These are different parts that is responsible for in the process of excretion of nitrogenous waste. How kidney is formed inside our body? This is represented through these diagrams. Our kidney is formed during the embryonic condition. Umbilical cord, small intestine, transverse colon, liver, ascending colon, right kidney and left kidney will develop. That is responsible for that develop from our germinal layer of our body. Now again we observe that his upward and downward condition. It is about 11 to 13 centimeter in breadth, or we can breadth, that is responsible for excretion of nitrogenous waste outside our body. It's look like bean shaped organ, uvulus umbilicus. Now here kidneys are represented. Here circles that is made. We are drawing the various structures of internal structures, that is transverse structure of kidney. There are various parts that are represented here. full diagram that will observe here, that is cortex, that is renal cortex, that is outer region, and inner region, that is renal medulla. Outer cortex, outer region, this is outer region, and this is inner region, that is renal medulla. 12 to 15 pyramids are there. Again we observe that next structure that is responsible here, blood capillaries are spread throughout kidneys. After there are millions of nephrons, that is the structure and function unit of our kidney. Structure and function unit of our kidney. Nephron, that is the basic structure of our kidney. Now next part, this modified structure is observed here is simply smaller substances enter the nephron from the turn from the turning bloods. This portion is represented here cup shape structure, that is Bowman's capsule. Cup shape structure, that is Bowman's capsule. Here is tuft of capillaries, that is afferent arteriole enters into the cup shape structure, that is called Bowman's capsule, and efferent arteriole brings back a tuft of capillaries that form glomerulus. Now collectively we can say that glomerulus along with the Bowman's capsule, it is totally called Malpighian tubule. Now this structure is represented here through diagram, how a small structure is formed in the nephron. This is the structure of nephron. U-shaped loop of Henle lies into the renal in the medulla region, while other part lies in the cortex region. It look like we can observe it like calyx of a flower, is spreaded here. Now these are the portions. This from renal pyramid we observe that various structures originating from here. Now we have observed this diagram is again, we take a diagram again to study it. Ureter, that is small 12 to 30 centimeter tube walls that contain smooth muscles. After formation of urine in the kidney, ureter brings the urine into the urinary bladder. Urinary bladder stores blood, that is hollow organs, for temporarily, and after some time when 300 to 500 ml urine has been accumulated in our urinary bladder, then we need to discharge it. For storing urine for a long time, that is harmful to our body because it is toxic substance. This is the neck portion of the urinary bladder, this is body portion of the urinary bladder. You can observe here properly. These structures are representing here. Now here are a sphincter or bladder that are responsible for checking urine formed in urine stored in the urinary bladder for some time. If a sphincter gets over pressure, then they are open and our urine comes outside. And now we can say urinary bladder, hollow organ, that is storage of urine. Muscular wall, its muscular distensible structure, means when pressure develop inside it, then urine comes outside urinary bladder. Now we again observe ureter, that is responsible for bringing outside from, that are originated from the urinary bladder. Hollow tube like structure expels urine outside. Significantly we can say that like is penis in male and vagina in female. That this structure expels out urine from the kidney to it about 4 centimeter in females and 20 centimeter in males. Now next structure that is observed here, there are various structures. This portion is transverse section of kidney, and this portion is Bowman's capsule along with glomerulus, that is called Malpighian tubule, and here is renal artery that enters blood into the capillaries, maintaining proper volume of fluid in body responsible for a kidney. Maintaining a proper balance of the different types of ions present in our body. Now we moves forward to discuss about few more terms about it. Now look here. Sweat or perspiration primarily function temperature control करते हैं हम. These control temperature to our skin contain minute sweat pores, maintaining salt level. Excretory metal ions, these chromium, copper, nickel, these ions are excreted outside from kidney. GIT, that is there are large intestine that removes the solid toxic waste outside our body that is formed after digestion of food. Means these, it is also bilirubin is formed inside due to breakdown of RBCs. It also responsible for removal of waste material through large intestine. This is lung that is responsible for removal of carbon dioxide from here. Now we observe that liver is our most important organ that is responsible for removal of nitrogenous waste prepared in our body. Nitrogenous waste is converted into urea. Nitrogenous waste formed inside our liver is converted into urea, that is less toxic substance, and now our kidney filter out it so that we can easily be benefited from it. Discuss the chapter excretory system of class 10. What do you mean by the term excretory system? Is we know that different parts of our body involved in the process of excretion. A system of multicellular organs, means we can say that vertebrates, means that contain backbone, that is organ that is responsible for the maintaining water salt balance in our body is called excretory system. Means, dear students, if water and salt becomes excess in our body, then it is harmful for us. That's why to maintain balance of water and salt in our body, we have to our part of body is responsible for excretory system. Now, major excretory organ in vertebrates are kidneys. Some other organs that are lungs. As we know that lungs is a excretory organ that is responsible for removal of excess carbon dioxide, and liver that it removes metabolic waste, means like toxic materials are removed by liver into harmless substances. Large intestine is responsible for removal of fecal material from our body. Fecal material, or we can say that bilirubin that is formed by breakdown of RBC, and skin removes excess salt and water. Now we comes on the definition of excretion. We have to understand what is the meaning of excretion. Ex means outside and cretion means removal. Means the process of removal or elimination, means removal or elimination of harmful and unwanted metabolic waste. Metabolic waste means waste that is generated by different type of our biological activities in our body is called metabolic waste. Waste generated in our body by different metabolic activities called metabolic waste from the body. This process is called excretion. Is we know that what is the function of excretory system? It comes on the function of excretory system. Is we know that excretory system removes the nitrogenous waste like is urea, ammonia and uric acid that is harmful. Urea, ammonia and uric acid that is harmful to our body. Second type of waste, second thing that is maintained by our excretory system, excess water and mineral salt are balanced in our body. Now third point that we are going to discuss, unwanted substances like is pigment. What do you mean by pigment? Pigment is the bile pigment. Now we are going to discuss type of excretory product. Type of excretory product. Which type of different types of excretory products are? First one is respiratory. Types of excretory product. Types of excretory product. Types of excretory. Types of excretory. Types of excretory product. Different types of excretory products that are. First type of excretory product are respiratory waste. Respiratory waste. Respiratory waste means waste generated in our body due to the process of respiration. Waste generated in our body by the process of respiration is called respiratory waste. What are respiratory waste? Respiratory waste are carbon dioxide and water. Carbon dioxide and water are respiratory waste. How these are gets generated is we know that glucose, its formula is glucose C6H12O6 when gets oxidized, then formation of carbon dioxide and water, along with release of energy 38 ATP energy is released. Now for balancing put 6 in front of CO2 and 6 CO2. Now we get this is glucose. Glucose on oxidation gives carbon dioxide and water, that are excretory waste, respiratory waste product. Now second type of waste is nitrogenous waste. Different types of nitrogenous waste that get generated in this process are nitrogenous waste that get generated are nitrogenous waste. These are nitrogenous waste are, is we know that first type of nitrogenous waste is ammonia, that is NH3 ammonia. Ammonia is produced by oxidative deamination of amino acid. It is produced by deamination of amino acid, means due to breakdown of amino acid ammonia is produced. It is very harmful to our body. An organism that removes ammonia are called amniotic. Amniotic organisms are called. Those organisms which release ammonia are called amniotic. And excretion of ammonia is called amniotelism. Excretion of ammonia is called amniotelism. That's why we can say that excretion of ammonia is called amniotelism. Example of excreting those organisms which release ammonia or amniotelism are aquatic organisms that survive in water, like is hydra, bonifacius. These are bonifacius. These are nitrogenous waste producing organism. Now second type of nitrogenous waste, that is urea. First type of nitrogenous waste was ammonia. Now second type of nitrogenous waste is urea. As we know that which type of organism produce urea? Vertebrates and invertebrates, like is human being, man and animals produce multicellular. Man and animals produce urea along with few invertebrates, means those have no backbone. Where urea is produced? And now question arises, where urea is produced? Urea is produced in liver. How it is produced? When ammonia combined with carbon dioxide. Ammonia produced by deamination. When ammonia produced by deamination of amino acid combined with carbon dioxide present in the blood, then urea will be formed. NH2CO, NH2, this is urea. Urea will form. As we know that those organs which produce urea are called uricotelic. Produces urea are called uricotelic. But this process of producing urea is called uricotelism. Means excretion of urea. Excretion of urea is called uriotelism. Now question arises, it is very harmful substance that gets accumulated in our body, it is harmful to our body. Now we can say that next type of nitrogenous beast is, third type of nitrogenous beast is uric acid. Uric acid. How it is produced? Uric acid, it is a least toxic. It is a least toxic waste. Least toxic waste. It is least toxic waste amongst means it is very less toxic amongst. It is very less toxic waste in comparison to ammonia and urea. Uric acid least toxic waste. Now question arises, when it is insect reptiles, which type of organ produce uric acid? Insects, reptiles means like is lizard, reptiles like is lizard, birds and desert animal, birds and desert animals, birds and desert animals are responsible for production of uric acid. Means we can say that those organisms which survive in desert region or where is scanty of water, they produces uric acid. It means semi-solid form. In semi-solid form means not fully solid, semi-solid form. Okay. Now, so those organisms which produce uric acid are called uricotelic. Those organisms which produce uric acid are called uricotelic. Now, such removal of uricotelism, this is the process by which organisms removes uric acid. Uric acid are called uricotelism. Now dear students, next type of waste that is generated in our body is mineral salt. As we know that it's different types of substances that gives to mineral to our body. Like if we eat excess salt are harmful for our body. Excess salt are harmful to our body. That leads serious disorder, means serious problem in the body. It gets eliminated. How it gets eliminated? It gets eliminated through the sweat, urine, or we can say that feces. Feces means solid waste excreted from our body through large intestine. Now next type of excretory waste, that is water. We know that water is very useful to our body, but excess water is harmful. As we know that our body contains 65% water, and excess ammonia, excess amount of water lead disorder that is called edema, means high blood pressure condition. In this condition our blood pressure increases, high blood pressure condition arises. Now we can say that next type of waste, that is bile pigment. Bile pigment is another type of waste that is generated. Fifth type of waste is bile pigment. We know that bile is an important constituent in our body. Bile is produced by our liver. That's why bile pigment is produced by breaking down of hemoglobin. That is a part of the RBC. Hemoglobin, that is part of RBC, means red blood cells, and these are produced in liver. These are produced in liver, produced by liver, and gets released into the duodenum. Released into the duodenum, that is part of duodenum, that is part of small intestine. Duodenum, that is part of small intestine of our body, and so is it appear is a yellowish brown color. Yellowish brown color. Yellowish brown color substance. Brown color substance that released into the moves into the feces, and bad smell is produced by bad smell in our feces is produced. Smell in our feces, produced by it. Feces produced by it. Now we will discuss next topic of this chapter, that is excretory system in the human body. As we know that system is formed different types of organ system. Now we can see which part of which organs involved in this process. A pair of kidney. In all human beings there are a pair of kidney, a left kidney and right kidney, and second one a pair of ureter which arises from left and right kidney, and the third one is urinary bladder. A ureter that brings urine from in the kidney to the urinary bladder, and urinary bladder is a temporary storage chamber of urine formed in the kidney. Now we are going to discuss the structure, longitudinal transverse section of kidney. As we know that this one is right kidney and this one is left kidney. This is right side kidney and this one is left side kidney. One main question arises that right kidney is lower than left kidney. Is it lower than right kidney is lower than left kidney because log of liver, because right kidney is pushed by log of liver. Liver log pushed right kidney downward side, then 1.5 to 1.5 centimeter downward than left kidney. This question has been again asked, why right side kidney is lower than the left kidney in position, because right kidney is pushed by liver log, so to a liver log 1 to 1.5 centimeter. Now question arises, which type of blood vessels supply blood to it. Now we know that this is dorsal aorta. Now this is vena cava. Yes, we know that superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. Vena cava brings back deoxygenated blood to the right auricle of the heart. Now we can say that what is the function of dorsal aorta? Dorsal aorta supplies oxygenated blood to the kidney, brings oxygenated blood towards the kidney. Now towards the body, dorsal aorta brings the oxygenated blood towards the body and supplies blood. The capillary that supply oxygenated blood to the kidney is renal. Renal is term related to kidney. Renal artery and renal vein. Renal vein sends back deoxygenated blood. Renal artery supplies oxygenated blood to the kidney for supplying oxygen and other nutrient material to it. Now we will discuss some internal part of kidney. Take this side. This is the kidney. Kidney has two parts, one inner part and one outer part. Outer part, that is called cortex part of kidney, and middle part, that is called medulla. Term medulla is given for middle part that contain pyramid-like structure. Here in the structure and function unit of kidney and now we have renal pelvis where ureters get connected to the kidney. Now dear question, now students, arises next questions. We know that dear students, structure and functional unit of kidney is called nephron, 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 or kidney tubule, or it is also called uriniferous tubule. These are the structure and function unit of kidney. Now we take a nephron from the kidney and draw its structure. Is we know that this cup shaped structure is called Bowman's capsule. An afferent arteriole arises from arteries, comes into the Bowman's capsule and form a tuft of capillary that is called glomerulus. Now structure glomerulus and Bowman's capsule. This one is Bowman's capsule and glomerulus collectively called Malpighian capsule. Malpighian capsule. And we know that indeed afferent arteriole supply blood. Afferent arteriole has initial broad diameter, but after moving outside from it, its diameter decreases. While diameter of entering afferent arteriole is more than the efferent arteriole, because of less diameter increases the blood pressure inside the glomerulus so that the filtrate will form easily. Now as we know moves forward, this portion is convoluted portion is called near the Bowman's capsule is called proximal convoluted tubule. Now proximal convoluted tubule moves in the form of pinhead shape structure, U-shaped structure, that is called loop of Henle. Because scientist Henle detected this structure is called, that's why it is called loop of Henle. Now loop of Henle moves upward and again convoluted this form. This structure is called distal convoluted tubule, and distal convoluted tubule opens directly into the collecting duct opens into the ureter. Now dear students, question arises that there are three different functions involving in this structure. First, filtration and process of their. Now dear students, we will study after observing the structure of the nephrons of kidney. We will discuss the process of formation of urine. Formation of urine takes place in three steps. First stage, that is called ultrafiltration. Means generally the word ultrafiltration explains that ultra means very minute impurities gets filtered through this process. What is the definition of ultrafiltration? The filtration of blood under tremendous, or we can say that it is very large pressure under tremendous pressure is called ultrafiltration. Due to the process of ultrafiltration, a hydrostatic pressure develop in the blood capillaries. Look here, this is Bowman's capsule. Is we know that here is glomerulus and here is afferent arteriole and here is efferent arteriole. Afferent arteriole when enters and form tuft of capillaries, here develop a hydrostatic pressure due to blood fluid inside the blood capillary is called hydrostatic pressure. Due to hydrostatic pressure, here glomerular filtrate will form. Glomerular filtrate will form means glomerular filtrate contain excess water, urea, some important substances like glucose, amino acid. These are formed in the glomerular filtrate. As we know that about 1.5 liter urine is formed daily in human being. Glomerular filtrate contain excess of water. Again we watch excess of water, urea, glucose, amino acids, uric acid, amino acid, uric acids. These are the substances present in the glomerular filtrate. Now this glomerular filtrate is reabsorbed. Glomerular filtrate is reabsorbed by tuft of blood vessels that surrounding it, that is called renal or efferent arteriole again receives excess quantity of important material like is glucose, amino acid, etc. Point of this process of urine formation is selective reabsorption. Here bird is saying its meaning itself, that selective means absorb selected material, that or we can say that useful substances. Now its definition will be, it is the process of reabsorption of useful substances from glomerular filtrate. We know that glomerular filtrate is formed in glomerulus or cup-shaped structure into the blood capillaries that are running on it. As we know that in this process excess glucose, sodium ion, potassium ion and chloride ion are reabsorbed by secondary capillary, that is called efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole is called secondary capillaries, and water, salt, loop of Henle is absorbed in distal convoluted tubule. Now there is no doubt you can understand how absorption process will take place. And next third point, that is selective reabsorption. Tubular secretion, that is clear from their name. Tubular secretion means secretion of tubule. As we know that after reabsorption excess material, or we can say that waste material like excess water, urea, etc. are bring back into the convoluted tubule, where it convoluted tubule joins with nephrons, ureter that brings urine into the urinary bladder. Again we want to explain you that tubular secretion means excess water, waste material like excess water and urea is again accumulated in its material and convoluted. Tubular secretion, tubules joins to the convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubule joins to the join to the collecting duct, join to the ureter, and ureter brings material in urine into the urinary bladder. Now this process of the formation of urine has been completed. Now you can understand it properly. Student, we will study about few sphincter. Sphincter means controlling muscles. Here is circulatory sphincter present in the urinary bladder. This is urinary bladder. Here is circulatory sphincter. Circulatory sphincter is present when urine gets accumulated in urinary bladder. This sphincter withstand its pressure. Now when its quantity become excess, then through urethra, urine passes out. Now this process, one term arises, micturition. What do you mean by term micturition? The process of impotine urine from urinary bladder urinary bladder to urethra is called micturition. This process always occurs after accumulation of urine in the urinary bladder. Now we can say that what is urine output regulation. There is a type of hormone that is responsible for controlling the formation of urine. ADH, its full form is antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone that is responsible for increasing the absorption of water from our urine, so that concentration of urine is more. If ADH formation is less, then a condition arises that is called diuretics. The diuretics condition arises in which a person frequently moves for urination. Again we want to discuss this. Urine output means formation of urine is controlled by a type of hormone that act on the distal convoluted tubule, where it increases the absorption of water, so that concentration of urine will be maximum and loss water will be minimum. When the formation of urine will be less, then a person will move after long time for urination. But when the ADH formation is failed, then a person suffered from a condition that is called diuretics, or we can say that such person are called diabetes insipidus. That is a condition which generated due to less formation of antidiuretic hormone by people. Then if person is failed, formation of ADH is failed, then diuretic conditions arise and person always frequently moves for urination. And this process is called one more term that arises here, that is osmoregulation. We have discussed already in definition. Osmoregulation means, its meaning explains itself, means containing osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure means we can say that a process by which water and salt balance is maintained by kidney in our body is called osmoregulation process. Through osmoregulation process, concentration of water and salt is maintained in our body. Main excretory or osmoregulatory organ is kidney. There will be no doubt. There will be no kidney in our body, then maintenance of water and salt in our body become affected. As we know that during some time we get affected from cholera-like disease. Cholera-like disease in which vomiting and loose motions again and again occur. That's why a condition arises that is called dehydration. This condition is called dehydration, and this dehydration is very harmful to our kidney because harmful substances get accumulated in our kidney vessels. To remove from this condition, a solution is given that is called ORS solution. Means we can say oral rehydration. Rehydration solution that is used for person affected from cholera-like disease, so that water balance can be maintained in their body. Now we will discuss about the functions of kidney. What are the different functions of kidney? First function of kidney, that is function of kidney. First function of kidney is excretion of nitrogenous waste. Excretion of nitrogenous base is excreted by our kidney, that is harmful to our body. Regulation of water is also main function performed by kidney. If excess water becomes in our kidney, then we suffer from a disease that is called edema, and it is also responsible for maintaining acid base balance in our body. If there will be no formation, kidney regulate acid base balance in our body, acid base concentration become more if kidney will not work properly. Elimination of other substance, like is excess salt, drugs, pigment, etc. Regulation of blood pressure. It is also main function that is responsible for regulating blood pressure. If there will be excess water, then blood pressure will be high. Then a person will suffer from multiple types of disease. So to control blood pressure, our kidneys should be work properly. Now we will discuss disorders of kidney. Disorder means that problems arises in our kidney are called disorder. Disorder means disturbance in doing work of kidney, that is called disorder of kidney. First type of disorder is hematuria. Its name clearly explain that heme means iron. Hematuria exactly explain that means when blood is passed through urine, blood is passed through urine, this condition is called hematuria, because in this condition our kidney tubule gets infected and formation of our kidney tubule gets infected. That's why some blood moves into our urinary tract. Now second type of problem is uremia. Means it is a condition, it is a disorder in which disease excessive urine retaining in the blood. Means uremia is a condition in which excess urine gets accumulated. Urine gets accumulated in our blood. This condition is called uremia. Urea plus emia means bulimia means blood. Urea means urea. If urea gets accumulated in our kidney, our blood, this condition is called uremia. Now third type of disorder we will discuss, that is glycosuria. Glycosuria. It is a condition in which our loss of glucose occurs through blood is called, this condition is called glycosuria. This type of condition is common in patients suffering from diabetes mellitus. People suffering from diabetes mellitus have this condition that is called glycosuria, means urine contain a glucose. Now last problem that arises in kidney, that is kidney stone. As we know that during the condition of dehydration, uric acid gets accumulated in our kidney tubule, that is called kidney stone, or it is by made up of calcium carbonate that form kidney stone. Kidney stone is very harmful for our body. Means we can say that process of urine will be affected in this condition. Now we will discuss artificial kidney. What do you mean by term artificial kidney? Generally we can say that artificial kidney is a type of kidney that is used by a person when their both kidneys are filled. Both kidneys of a person when become filled, then such condition arises, both kidneys gets filled, then such condition arises, that is called artificial kidney. Both kidney filled. in a person, then we use artificial kidney. Means we can say that it is a machine. It is a machine that filters urine. Machine that filters urine of the urine of. It is a machine that filters the urine of a person whose kidneys has been failed. Whose kidneys has been failed. Such person always go for dialysis process. The process of using artificial kidney for removal of urine is called dialysis. Dialysis. Such person who are suffering from such type of problem, means we can say kidney failure, they always go for dialysis process. In this process, artificial kidney consists of cellophane tube. Cellophane tube, as you can watch in your book, a person lying on bed is doing for artificial filtration process, so that urine may be removed from their body. As we know that few other organs that I have discussed already, skin, liver and lungs, how are responsible for in the excretion process. As we know that skin help in the removal of excess salt and water through the process of sweating or perspiration. Now lungs removes excess carbon dioxide from our body, that is harmful for our body. Now third part I have discussed, that is liver. As we know that liver removes or break down different types of harmful substance like bile pigment, or we can say that medicine, any harmful medicine into detoxified form that gets removed. Now we can say that large intestine is other part. Large intestine that is responsible for removal of solid feces from our body along with the bile pigment. Now dear students, your chapter has been completed. First of all, you read your chapter. Now watch video properly so that you can understand this chapter. Okay, thank you.